Do you ever feel like your goals are all over the place, pulling you in a million directions? Now, what if I told you there's a way to bring order to this chaos? Just like how a data scientist organizes through messy data sets. Welcome back to Human in the Loop, folks. I'm Prakash, a senior data scientist in the HR space, and I'm here to help you uncover smarter ways to approach your career and life goals. Today, we're going to be taking inspiration from K-means clustering. Yes, it's a fancy term from data science, but don't worry. I'm going to keep it simple but actionable. By the end of this video, you'll have a powerful tool to transform your scattered ambitions into clear, actionable focus areas. Ready to sort out your goals and focus on what really matters? Let's dive in. So let's start with what K-means clustering means. Now, in data science, it's a method that groups data points into meaningful clusters based on shared characteristics. Think of it like sorting through a pile of puzzle pieces. Now, before I tackle a new puzzle with my daughter, I ask her, hey, wouldn't it be easier if we start finding the corner pieces first? And it always amazes me that once she starts grouping up, or I help her group up, the corner pieces, she starts creating other micro groups based on colors and features. And it's interesting how to see how she, uses different association. So here's the big question to you. How does clustering concept apply to your goals? Can you really use it to find clarity in your ambitions? Absolutely. And here's how it works. Your goals are like data points. They're scattered across your personal and professional life. Each goal has attributes, things like time commitment, importance, or alignment with your values. K-means clusters these points into focus areas, each with its own central priority. But why should you bother grouping your goals like this, you ask? What's the real benefit of clustering them into focus areas? Great question. Well, the benefits are clear. A study in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that people who group their goals into focus areas were 37% more likely to make progress. And professionals who reassess their goals regularly reported higher job satisfaction and better work-life balance, according to Harvard Business Review. So not only does clustering create clarity, but it also drives progress and fulfillment. Now, how do you use this in a simple and actionable way? Here's how you can cluster your goals. Step 1. Write down your goals. Start by listing all your personal and professional objectives. Step 2. Define your key attribute. Pick what matters most to you. Is it time? Is it being challenged at work? Or is it just being aligned with your own values? Next, choose your focus areas. Now, this is your K value, so I would advise start with 3 to 5 clusters, right? Nothing more, nothing less. Group your goals. Find similar goals and put them into your focus areas. And then you find the themes. Identify the central focus for each cluster. And lastly, as you have to constantly reassess this. As your priorities evolve, you have to refine your clusters. Now, what does this process look like in real life, you ask? Great question. Let's use an example to personify this with Aisha, a software developer who used this exact framework. Now, Aisha listed her goals like learning new programming languages, improving public speaking, and enhancing her work-life balance. She then grouped them into 4 clusters: technical skills, career growth, work-life balance, and community involvement. Every quarter, she will reassess her clusters to reflect new opportunities and shifting priorities. This framework helped Aisha focus her energy and stay adaptable in her organization. But what if your goals are constantly changing? Does this method still work? Does it still hold relevance? Absolutely. Just like how K-means is iterative in data science, your goal clusters should evolve too. Now, you should experiment with different focus areas. Refine your priorities over time. As we know, time changes us and we would have different priorities in our life. So we should embrace the flexibility in this method. Think of it as a living framework moving and evolving and adapting to you. Not a rigid structure, not an SOP, all right? Now, before we recap, if you want to learn how to balance your personal and professional priorities to ensure how your decisions align with what truly matters, then you'll definitely want to check this next video out. But until then, take a few minutes to cluster your goals. What are your top priorities right now? What themes are emerging? And how can you use this clarity to move forward? I want to hear in the comments, so do let me know and share with all of us what your goals are.